From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Well, wrapping up the weekend. Of course, it's Sunday evening. We're getting ready for that work week here, so you've come to the right place here. And I want to talk to you about all of the different resources we have here at Weather NorCal. And one of the things you may not know about is I've got a 24-hour streaming channel. That's right. You can watch weather here locally for all of Northern California 24 hours a day on this stream. Now, one thing, you've got the main screen where you've got all kinds of great weather information. It takes you neighborhood by neighborhood, the latest regional forecast for Northern California, the latest North Coast forecast as well. Then this information here updates regularly as well with current temperatures and 7-day forecasts for 10 different locations in Northern California. So be sure to check it out. If you have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, it's available now and it's free. Just search for Weather NorCal. You can also eventually get it on Apple TV as well. Still waiting on that one. YouTube, it's available on YouTube, Weather NorCal, check that out. And of course, it's on the website as well, weathernorcal.com. So be sure to check that out here. Really cool. What I'm hearing some people doing is they're just kind of leaving it on for the day. So if you're a business owner and you're paying a cable bill, hey, check this out. You can get a Roku or a Fire TV and you can have this thing running 24 hours a day and your customers have something engaging that they can watch. Everyone enjoys and wants to know what's going on with the weather, right? So they can see that maybe in the waiting room of your business. All right, take a look at this. Here's the deal. There are no big changes in the long-range forecast. I'm just not seeing much. Temperatures kind of fluctuating up and down a little bit. That's normal, but no big temperature changes. Not really any rain in the forecast here, and highs around normal this week. And rain this week, again, it's not looking all that promising. You may recall that I was talking about that here for the last few days, but we'll get into that here in a second. Let's talk about the forecast smoke. We got to start thinking about that again because we're beginning to see some areas being impacted by some of the smoke that we're seeing here. And you can see here as we go into your Monday, here's Monday morning, we may see some haze and even some light smoke make its way into northern portions of Trinity County and not to mention western Siskiyou County as well. So just be aware of that. It may get a little bit more smoky than it has been. A little bit of haze for the northern portions of the valley, but I don't anticipate it to be that big of a deal. And then it kind of dissipates for Monday afternoon, and then we could see kind of another round of some of that light smoke making its way into the northern portions of Trinity County. And of course, around the vicinity of where the main fires are, that's where you're going to see most of the smoke. All right, so let's go and take a look at what we've got going on hour by hour through the evening tonight. Temperatures dropping down to the low 60s for many of us. Now the temperatures, you'll notice here on Monday, should be somewhere in the mid to even upper 90s. So it's going to be just a tad warmer this week than it will be last week. So we are going to be looking at slightly warmer temperatures, but this is around normal for this time of the year. And for the mountains, those temperatures will be somewhere in the mid to even upper 80s for some of the warmer spots like Paradise, about 87, 85 for Susanville, 85 for Etna, and 84 for both Mount Shasta City and El Turris. The satellite image here shows an area of low pressure here. You can see all the clouds down over Southern California. This actually is the cloud cover left over from the thunderstorms we saw south of Sacramento yesterday. A lot of lightning strikes there. We, of course, didn't get in any of that. We just saw plenty of sunshine here. Here's Futurecast over the next few days. We can see as we take you into your Monday afternoon, just a few clouds for the higher elevations. Looks like some more clouds here for many of the inland areas and the coast as well. Taking into Tuesday afternoon, looks like a little bit more cloud cover developing. I have seen some indication of maybe a few stray sprinkles or light showers for some areas in the mountains, but overall, I'm anticipating dry conditions here for your Tuesday as well. Here's the long range. Watch closely. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, we're not seeing any rain. Now, what's important to note about this is even as early as last Friday, we were seeing indications of around Thursday, Friday, into this upcoming weekend, maybe the potential for some showers developing here. And then over the weekend here, even yesterday, there were some indications of that as well, but it's been kind of going back and forth. The timing, the intensity has been changing on a day-to-day basis. Now the latest forecast models aren't even bringing any rainfall, just a little bit of cloud cover. Now, are we completely out of the woods yet? Could we see a chance for some rain here? Yeah, certainly not out of the question. There has been some of that indication, but it's just not looking all that promising for any rainfall anytime soon. Now, temperature-wise, again, it's going to be a little bit warmer this week than it was last week. As you can see here, we're mainly right above normal. Notice the normal high. It's now down to 94 degrees. So, for the most part, we're going to stay above that here this week. With the exception of Tuesday, we'll see a slight dip there, and then temperatures may start to drop again going into the latter part of next weekend into that next week. All right, so let's take a look at our forecast here for tonight. We're going to be looking at those temperatures dropping down mainly in the 60s. That might be overdoing it, maybe not quite that mild in Red Bluff. But there you can see 30s, 40s, and 50s for the higher elevations tonight. We take you into tomorrow, and this is what we have for your Monday. Temperatures in the mid-90s. So again, just a tad warmer than it was last week, even for the mountains. Highs there mainly in the mid-80s, although some of the cooler spots like Aden at 78, warmer spot in Wairika at about 87 degrees, that is. So looking at your 7-day outlook, plenty of sunshine, maybe a few clouds coming in by next weekend, but look at the highs. Mid to upper 80s here, pretty much for the next 7 days. That's also the case for El Tourist, Susanville as well. So again, not much change here heading our way. And still at this point, I don't have any rain in the forecast. And for the valley, temperatures a bit warmer this week than it was last week, but there you can see temperatures in the mid to even upper 90s. I think if we peak at all, it will be on Thursday. Could be looking at maybe even some upper 90s in there before temperatures dip back down to the low to mid 90s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.